Sterling wants to know if that prostitute down in Colombia is a job that Obama is going to claim he created. I have no idea. Greetings, it is I, Little Rush. Little EIB Network, our number 800-282-2882. 800-282-2882. Lots of heat on this story. And the libs, well, it's a huge... I want to know this about this prostitute. They had this Secret Service problem where this one Secret Service agent apparently had sex with a prostitute down in Colombia. Now, prostitution is legal in certain parts of Colombia, and it's also legal in certain parts of the White House. Oh, now, yes, I know. They're going to say you're starting to pick on his wife and you've hit his kids again. No, I mean, I got to be clear about this stuff. He prostitutes himself to the left, to the environmentalist wackos, to the feminazis. That's what I meant. The people, they had this woman, this stupid woman Hillary Rosen, visiting the White House 35 times. That's prostitution. You know, God forbid I make a small slip and call a woman a slut and a prostitute over 3 straight days, and I do it for 163 times. They're just going to kill me, but this Hillary Rosen person runs back and forth, back and forth, back and forth to the White House. She's a real prostitute. They're not going to do anything about her. Not going to say anything about her. But I will say this. This prostitution thing with the Secret Service, I take no joy in this. I don't think it's funny. I think it just goes to show you how the standards have slipped so much. These guys don't feel like they need to be in line. They feel like they can get away with a lot, and frankly, they don't feel like they need to do what they need to do to perform their duties, and they need to do it. Need to protect this president. When I was a little boy, though, I'll tell you this, Cape Girardeau, my dad sat me down. He said, son, there's 3 people you always pay. Number 1, the prostitute. Number 2, the drug dealer. Number 3, the lawyer, just in case you forget to pay the first 2. It's 3 people you always pay. So, write the woman a check. And here's another thing I want the libs to know about. This prostitute down in Colombia, did they make sure they got her plenty of free birth control? I want to make sure she had a pipeline of free birth control before she got hooked up with this Secret Service guy or whatever. Now, the other thing in my stack of stuff, all of the feminazis and libs and the goth and I don't know the difference between the goth and the emo people. And certainly I don't care to have you educate me on that. But there's goth and there's emo and there's the hippies, and they all got together in the desert in California for something called the Coachella Music Festival. You know what this is? Yes, certainly it's like a giant Occupy thing. That's exactly what it's right. Maybe a little more feces, maybe a little less rape, but essentially what you got is a big Occupy event. And they have music group. It's like Woodstock. It's like a 21st century Woodstock, folks. People can go out there and get high. And, I've always wanted my illegal drugs from a prescription bottle, but that's me. And they closed the big event off with, I guess this was the guy they thought who was going to be the first black president, Tupac. Tupac Shakur. Remember the rapper? He got killed many years ago, and it was a big to-do, and da-da-da-da-da. They actually were able to recreate him in a hologram image on stage, folks. And I've seen video of this. It looks amazing. It really, he gets on stage, and he raps, and I don't know if he smoked any holographic weed, but he may have. This is big trouble. Big trouble for us, folks. I'm almost positive that right now, and again, I'm hoping that it's many years from now, many years ago from now, when Obama, 100 years from now, they're going to make a hologram of him. And I'm telling you, these libs are going to make him serve as president forever. You'll just keep re-electing the hologram because he is the great almighty Barack Hussein Obama. The funny thing is, a hologram's probably going to do a better job than the real thing.